Cyclists. This is my car. This might be a little bit of a weirder video. So originally today I had planned to film the reaction video to the Lucy Dacus's new album. Unfortunately, I did have a sort of last minute request to do a road trip for something family related. So I am currently about to head on the road and we're going to drive to an undisclosed location. So I figured in order to still, have a video to do, I'm going to do something kind of fun. I'm going to be listening to a bunch of songs from 2024 and just doing some carpool karaoke with it. This is, I guess, to make up for the lack of content last year, to show y'all what I've been listening to and to just have a fun little road trip. So I'm going to be probably singing along to some songs, but I'll probably have some voiceover as well. Also, I would not recommend typically doing this, like practice safe driving skills and stuff like that. I'm currently not driving. I'm not going to be touching the camera. I'm going to pull over to stop the recording when I do. I'm just going to be doing a long take. So if you are doing this, like pay attention to the road. Like, I'm not going to be looking over here a whole lot. So yeah, that's my disclaimer. Be safe driver, everybody. And let's listen to some music from 2024, shall we? So the first song we started off with on this road trip was Me, Myself, and I by Perry. Truth be told, I only really have 2 songs of hers on this playlist that I listened to last year. Some of the other songs you're going to see in this video, I listened to the whole albums for, and I ranked them in terms of like my favorite albums of the year. But this one, she didn't really have an album out, so I just listened to these 2 singles. But when I first heard this song, the key change at the end really got me. I think it kind of sounds like a typical sad, song, but I think the key change at the end really shocked me and made me really enjoy it and want to hear more of it. I can't get you off my mind. It's always been me, myself, and you. I guess you're a part of me for life. For life. Always gonna be me, myself, and I. Next up in the queue was MXM Tunes' Liminal Space album. I ended up listening to Now's Not the Time, but this whole album I did listen to last year. After listening to MXM Tunes' single Mona Lisa that was featured in Heartstopper, I kind of did a full deep dive into her tracks and albums and stuff, and this album is really cute. It's very pretty. It feels like a pastoral picnic threw up on you almost. A lot of really interesting themes that I don't typically hear in songs, but this one is just sort of like talking about how feeling like you have to push down your emotions and feelings because it's not a good time for other people. But yeah, I really did like this album. It took a couple of listens through to actually really get into the vibe that it was trying to go for, but I think after the second listen through, I really was hooked on this album. Now's not the time to say it out loud. I'll take my dreams and I'll shove them deep down. Say it's what I want. I hate when I lie. Wish I could let you know what's on my mind. Next up was Willow Smith's Layers from her album that came out in 2024. I honestly, obviously besides I whip my hair back and forth, I hadn't really listened to much of Willow's music, but then she was the opener at the Childish Gambino concert in New Orleans, and I was blown away. My friend and I kind of made a joke oh, it's fine if we get there late, because neither of us knew who Willow was, what her music was. And we got there in time, and her music is amazing. Highly recommend checking out her tonality, the interesting rhythm she does. Everything feels so well crafted, she's a veteran in the industry. It is such a great album. But yeah, I ended up listening to Layers off of the EP that came out. So yeah. What else to do? Just to see through. There's nothing else to do. Just to see that you see through. So it might surprise some people to know that I have only recently gotten into Conan Gray. I listened to the whole album of Found Heaven after hearing Neverending Song as just a single. I had heard Conan Gray, I think because he's friends with Olivia Rodrigo, but I'd never actually listened to his music before. And so I listened to Alley Rose in the car for this album, but this was so 80s. It was definitely not what I was expecting, but it was so nostalgic and fun, and there were tons of songs that I was like, oh my gosh, it sounds exactly like it could be from Toto or something like that. This year I ended up listening to Super 8, and I've heard Heathers off of Kid Crow, but I haven't listened to Kid Crow's in full. But Super 8 is amazing. Oh my gosh, why did nobody tell me about this sooner? But I am currently in my 80s feels right now doing Alley Rose.
Alley Rose, where'd you go, go, go? Alley Rose, where'd you go, go, go? Don't leave me hanging alone again. Don't leave me hanging. Where'd you go, go? Alley Rose, where'd you go, go, go?
Next up, I ended up listening to Felt Good About You off of The Secret of Us by Gracie Abrams. This album was definitely in my top 5 last year, and it was one of those albums that I didn't necessarily expect to be in my top 5. Gracie is another one of those artists that I really got into last year with The Secret of Us, and then this year I went back and listened to Good Riddance, her album before that. And I don't know, it's something about this album. It's super poppy, but the lyrics are just so unbelievably relatable to me, and I just have such a soft spot for some of these really poetic lyrics that she does. And I just fell in love the more I listened to this album. So yeah, the title track is a great one to kind of encompass everything about this album.
Felt good about you, felt good about you till I didn't. Bad nights, new girls, misgivings. Felt good about you, felt good about you. Got me where you want me in your palm, it's almost funny. When my friends, they tried to stop me, wanting you. Felt good about you till I didn't. Felt hard to reminiscence. Felt good about you, felt good about you. They had me thinking future, planning for no reason. There were nights I skipped out sleeping 'cause of you.
Next up was Got to Be by Childish Gambino. Like I said with the Willow section, I went to go see Childish Gambino in concert last year, and oh my gosh, one of the most amazing concerts I think I've ever been to. The laser light show that he had to go along with the music in this was just incredible. Yeah, this album was really cool. Definitely outside my typical genre, but I had a really good time listening to this. And it's just such a fun song to listen to, especially when you're driving. Next up was Phineas's Cleats. This was the single off of his album For Crying Out Loud last year. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was so looking forward to this album. I'd had it marked on my calendar for months. I was so excited about it. And I really liked the new direction he took with it. His first album was very sad, a lot of ballads, and then this one felt a lot more like a jam session. But there weren't as many songs that necessarily connected with me, and it the improv-ish quality of the album kind of put me off a little bit. I don't know. It just kind of felt like a lot of the rhymes were, predictable, which makes sense, obviously, if you're doing a jam session type thing. But Cleats was one of the few exceptions. I really did like Cleats, and Lotus Eater were probably my favorites from the album. So this one was perfect for the sunny day that we had driving. So yeah.
Straight
the most iconic album. I don't know, last year was a really big year for music. Anyway, I listened to Sabrina Carpenter, her song Taste, first off the album from Short and Sweet. As I mentioned in my deluxe reaction video, this was my top album of the year. I replayed this album so many times. I remember the day that Please 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 came out. It was the only song I listened to that entire day. Like, I just kept putting it on repeat over and over and over again. Like, it's just such a good album. I've been a Sabrina stan for forever. This song I find vocally is very tough for me. I don't know, like, I feel like I have a new appreciation for songs when I try to do karaoke for them, because like when you're hearing it, the singer, if they're doing a good job, makes it sound effortless, but then when you're trying to recreate them, or you're trying to hit the notes and the runs and all of that, you're like, oh my gosh, this takes so much control, so much skill that I don't possess. But I tried my best with this, so yes, please enjoy me trying my best to taste.
I hold you back together, and if that's true, you'll just have to taste me when he's kissing you. If you want forever, I bet you do. La, 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 la. Every time you close your eyes and feel his lips, you're feeling mine. And every time you breathe his air, just know I was already there. You can have it if you like. I've been there, done that once or twice. And sing about it don't mean I care. Yeah, I know I've been known to share.
The last song that I'm going to include for this video is one that I am fairly certain most of you have probably not heard before. It's called Salt and Sand by the band Tiny Habits. This band is obviously very underrated. This is their first album, but they have had their hands in so many different cookie jars. They have been featured in a Casey Musgraves song. They went on tour with Lizzie McAlpine and with Gracie Abrams. They're a 3-person band, and I listened to this album. I think it came out like in the spring of last year, but I ended up listening to it in like November. It was the last full album I listened to, and oh my gosh, this band is amazing. It's amazing. Oh my gosh, it's so good. This is that one band that everybody's like, oh, what's an underrated band that you'd recommend people listen to? This, Tiny Habits. If you take nothing away from this video, please go listen to Tiny Habits. Their harmonies are some of the best harmonies I think I've ever heard in my life. But this is the closing song off of that album, and I just love it so much. I hope they make more music. I am a fan for life. So yes, enjoy this to close out.
It's not important to now. I drain you empty, and it scares me to admit it. Oh, we both got what you asked for. That's just the way it is. I hope you can forget this. I lose myself in time. I lose myself in time. Scares me to admit it. We both got what you asked for. That's just the way it is. I hope you can forget this.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I know this is kind of a hectic video, but let me know if you liked this, because I could definitely do this again. I have no qualms with doing karaoke. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you've heard of these songs, what your favorite song was from this video, and if you like to do carpool karaoke. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.